Space, the final frontier of mankind, and the start of a new age of exploration. October 4th, 1957, the USSR launches the first man-made object into space, a satellite called Sputnik 1. This marks the start of the space age. While the rest of the world was fearful of Soviet technological might, on April 12, 1961, Yuri Gagarin became the first man in space just 4 years after Sputnik 1 launched. However, the USSR will not be alone for long. This action prompted the United States to start investing in technology and scientific research, lest they become outdated and inferior. On September 12, 1962, President John F. Kennedy proclaimed, "We choose to go to the moon," declaring that they would land a man on the moon before 1970. Kennedy's speech ignited an age of American industrial and technological might never seen before. Kennedy was a driving force in forming NASA, so much so that they named their main space center after him. Unfortunately, Kennedy would never see the Star-Spangled Banner upon the surface of the moon. On July 16th, Apollo 11 left Earth's orbit on a path to the moon. On July 20th, Neil Armstrong became the first person to step on the moon, proclaiming, "One small step for a man, one giant leap for mankind." The failure of the Soviet N-1 moon rocket and the fall of the USSR is seen as the end of the space age. In 1998, the US and Russia, as well as 3 other nations, built the International Space Station for research and international cooperation. Since the moon landing, the US has lost interest in space, instead focusing on inventions that were made for Apollo 11, like circuit boards, microprocessors, and transistors. Since the public had lost interest in space, the private sector found an opportunity. In 2002, Elon Musk founded SpaceX, a private company. They promised reusable rockets and cheap spaceflight, although experts said it was impossible. In 2010, SpaceX became the first private company to launch a rocket into space. In 2015, a Falcon 9 rocket successfully landed and thus created the first reusable rocket. 2019 was an interesting year for SpaceX. They started 2 major projects. One of them is called Starlink, a satellite internet provider, and the second is called Starship, a fully reusable rocket built for deep space exploration. By 2020, SpaceX restored America's launch capability by sending 2 astronauts to the International Space Station. While it could be said a new space race is brewing between China and America, many see the future of space not in the hands of government, but the hands of capitalism and the people. Space is infinite. We are insignificant in the grand scheme of the universe, but that just means all our actions are worth infinitely more.